We made over $750 this week, and we bought some more ULTY and TSYY. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Isaiah, and in this video, we're going to talk about what we're going to do with ULTY. So if you're new to this channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to generate at least $600 every single week. We do this through selling cash secured puts, which means we're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price, through selling covered calls, which means we're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price, and collecting high yielding dividends from ULTY and soon to be TSYY. So first, let's take a look at our trade history. Always like to be transparent. Yesterday, after about 3:30, we sold a cash secured put on MSTU, 2 of them, which means we agreed to buy it for $5 a share. We got paid $108 for that credit. Pretty awesome. Sold a $7 put on Coney, CONY. Collected $42 on that. Actually, I wanted to check on the Coney price right now. $6.95. Yep, so we sold a $7 put. So we have 1 at the $8 strike and 2 at the 7. Kind of surprised I haven't been assigned on the $8 strike yet, but I haven't. And I've been getting paid pretty good premiums from selling options on these. If I could go back in time, I probably would have just sold a bunch of puts on ULTY. I think I would have made more money than the actual dividends pay out. But ULTY, we do have over 4,000 shares, and we are doing small daily buys on them. And then TSYY, we have 80 shares just about. They announced their ex-div tomorrow, Friday, for next week. So, like I said, we got about 80 shares. So I'll get my first dividend payment from them next Friday, or next Wednesday, sorry. They announce on Friday, payout Wednesday. New to the Granite shares, so I thought they kind of followed the same timeline as YieldMax, where they announce on Wednesday, pay on Friday. No, they pay on Friday, announce on Friday, pay on Wednesday. So I bought my first lump last Friday because I used ULTY's dividend payout to buy more, which I'm going to do that again this week. ULTY, like I said, we have 4,000 shares. We're going to get about $350 from them for that 9-cent share. And TSYY will get most of that payout, if not all of it. So we'll have over 100 shares in TSYY soon. My goal is to get 500 shares of that. And I'm basically doing that solely through option premium and dividend payouts from ULTY. So it's actually not going to take that long to get the 500 shares. Actually, I can buy some more because I bought those... what are they? Oh, shoot. I sold those puts on MSTU, collect $108. But now that I think about it, because tomorrow's ex-div day and the market's already closed today, I wouldn't get any more payout for next week. So I might as well wait until Monday because I feel like it's going to drop after ex-dividend day. And then I'll buy a couple more with that payout along with the ULTY dividend. So like I said, I'm using option premium, getting paid to agree to buy or sell a stock, and ULTY dividends to grow that TSYY up to 500 shares. So ULTY, and I gave a little bit more private update to my Premium Generals group. And in that group, I have a bunch of private videos, selling cash secured puts, covered calls, a little bit more in-depth detail. And I'm going to cut over to that. So here's my Premium Generals, beautiful group of people. Like I said, it's $10 a month. And in this group, we have private videos, portfolio updates, and, discussions on what plays I'm getting into. Other people have ideas and stuff in there as well. So I think it's a great group to check out. $10 a month, give it a try. And then if you're looking for a little bit more in-depth one-on-one coaching, much more customizable education plan for selling options, check me out on Fiverr. I will put both links in the description below. I'd love to have you in either capacity. But regardless, if you would, help me out. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. That actually does go a long way. I'd love to get this channel to 5,000 subscribers, and I know that seems greedy because like a couple months ago, I only had like 100 subscribers, so I'm being pretty selfish with my subscriber goals, but I'd love to get to 5,000, and I think we can get there, so let's continue to grow. I want the portfolio to grow, and I want the YouTube channel to grow. We'll all grow together. So let's jump back into. So with ULTY, I am doing small daily buys here. Let's see what I've done. Yep, I bought 2 shares today. I have been trying to get it filled at the $6 covered call mark. My cost average is 605. Here's the issue you run into with the ULTY. So sell a covered call, the $6. Last trade was at $4. I would be happy to get it filled at $4. So just like that, I would get paid $159 for that. But unfortunately, the limit order, you can't do it because it'll say you have to update to 5, and it won't get filled at 5. So, and you can't do a market order. Like I've done it market order, and it won't fill for me at the 4 or anything. So, it says the last trade here was at $4, 4 cents a contract, 100 contracts. So like I said, I would gladly take it at the 4 or the 3. I mean, that would be an extra $120 to $150 every couple weeks just to sell a covered call at the $6 strike. Between that and dividends, my cost average is well below the 605 that it shows. And I haven't reinvested any of the dividends into ULTY in a couple of weeks. I've been kind of spreading it out a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to continue to try to get filled at the $6 strike. Like I said, I talked in a little bit more detail on another plan for ULTY in the Premium Generals group. But the $6 strike would be the goal. If I could figure out how to get it filled at that 3 and 4 cents, I would be extremely happy. Has not worked for me yet, but I'll continue to try. But overall, another great week. Collected over $750 selling options. We're going to continue to reinvest into income generators. The next goal is TSYY, 500 shares, and, getting dividend payouts and putting premiums into it. My original 8-week goal is probably honestly going to go down to about 6 weeks. So maybe not 6 weeks. Maybe 7 weeks. 7 weeks. So I think we can have 500 shares of TSYY in a total of 7 weeks, because every week I'm going to get more payout, more dividends from TSYY. I didn't get any this week, but next week I will, and get probably $16 from it. Buy me 2 more shares on top of the dividends from ULTY and option premiums. It'll continue to snowball, and then once we get that to 500 shares, I think SMCY is next. I did forget to mention, I totally forgot, I actually cut ties with MSTY. Let me go look at it real quick. I only had 56 shares, $1,000 total. So I sold it for $863. So that means capital erosion, I lost $137, $137, but I received about $500 in dividends. So, and I never reinvested any dividends in MSTY. So I technically walked away with $350 or something like that. So not a terrible law. I mean, we made money on it, but I held it since January, and to only make, walk away with like $200, $300, it's really wasn't the play for me. MSTR and MSTY is not anywhere near as good as ULTY in my opinion. And just taking a look at their chart over the last 3 months, it continues to go down and down and down. So I figured it was time to cut ties with MSTY. I think ULTY is probably going to be the only yield max fund I'm going to hold. I kind of want to do more with the Granite and then Round Hill. I feel like they're a little bit better at handling NAV erosion. ULTY will still be my most heavy invested. I won't put near as much in any of those other positions as I have in ULTY. So I'm going to continue to grow the account using ULTY, but I am starting to monitor it a little bit closer. You know, $5.47. How long until we're at $5 a share? So going to continue to monitor, but I'm definitely going to maximize my income while I can. If I can get that $6 covered call filled and get another $150 or so every couple weeks, I'll gladly take that. But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you